గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా?
ये केरला स्टोरी की इन दिनों काफी चर्चा है.
मैं अकेली नहीं हूँ इस खेल में. मेरे जैसे हजारों लड़कियां हैं जो अपने घर से भागकर इस रेगिस्तान में दफन हो चुकी है.
మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
డౌన్లోడ్ ఆహా నౌ.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్. $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TVAsia Telugu. మీ అందరికీ థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ శుభాకాంక్షలు.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా?
ये केरला स्टोरी की इन दिनों काफी चर्चा है.
मैं अकेली नहीं हूँ इस खेल में. मेरे जैसे हजारों लड़कियां हैं जो अपने घर से भागकर इस रेगिस्तान में दफन हो चुकी है.
మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
డౌన్లోడ్ ఆహా నౌ.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం వడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TVAsia Telugu. మీ అందరికీ థర్డ్ యానివర్సరీ శుభాకాంక్షలు.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సరదాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా?
ये केरला स्टोरी की इन दिनों काफी चर्चा है.
मैं अकेली नहीं हूँ इस खेल में, मेरे जैसे हजारों लड़कियां हैं जो अपने घर से भागकर इस रेगिस्तान में दफन हो चुकी है.
మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
Download AHA now.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన.
Hello, and welcome back to yet another fabulous episode of our talk show with experts. Manato unnaru mana immigration expert Rahul Reddy garu. Rahul garu, thank you so much for being on the show today, Andy.
Thank you for inviting me, Garu.
First of all, happy Mother's Day to you, Rahul garu, and to all of our viewers who are watching. I hope you all had a fabulous Mother's Day. I know I did. So I'm hoping all of you and your moms and all the women in your family enjoyed a day celebrating Mother's Day today.
Happy Mother's Day, Garu, for you.
Thank you, Adi. Thank you so much. This show has been brought to you by Malabar Jewelers. They've opened a brand new store in Dallas, folks. Don't wait any further. Go with the gold rush and buy yourself the best. I can't wait to go to Dallas and visit this store. Supported by movers.com and AHA OTT platform. Call our expert on 1-833-882-8872. The number again is 1-833-882-8872. Watch us on Yup TV, Facebook, YouTube, Sling TV, World BB TV, and Dish Network. All right, folks, coming to the topic for today. So, Rahul garu, the journey through F-1, H-1, I-140, PERM labor to green card for Indians. I know there's been a lot going on, but let's talk through this journey and sort of see what is in store for our folks here and what can they expect, Andy? Can they expect anything at all? In fact,
Yeah, so for the people who wants to come here from India, though, is H-1B, L-1 or F-1, which is a better option? I always recommend people coming on F-1 visa as a better option. One, you get acclimated to the society in the United States much better. The other thing is that also when I look into the pay scales of the people who have done master's degree here in USA as compared to who come directly from a bachelor's degree from India, I do see a lot of difference there. The other thing is that if you want to have a journey to come into the United States, a lot of people may get stuck in the pipeline in India with the hope that they will get a H-1B, but they will not get it. So that's definitely, it will be in the pipeline. Okay, I want to go to USA and work there. It will be in the pipeline, which you may not be able to get it. But if you come here on F-1, you probably will come in early age though. If you come on an H-1B directly, you probably already worked 10 years there before you come here. And that too, there is a probability, there is not a probability, but for F-1, the probability will be much higher for you to come into the United States faster. And get into the stream, you will be much ahead of the people who come from on H-1B. So yeah, and what I strongly recommend to the people is that do not forget that once you get onto the H-1B to file the PERM application, if your company is not filing the PERM application, you need to move to a different company. And if you can't find the company to move to a different company, that means there is something wrong. You can't find another company where they can file the green card application. That means that it's time for you to renew your skills. Maybe your skill set is not good in computer science. You probably need to say something. Maybe you need to learn a different language. These people, they call Java and other things languages. So I'm just speaking their language. You need to learn a different language, or you need to have a different tools so that you will get, or maybe you need to improve your communication skills to get a better job. But green card is important. You need to file very early. Now, whether or not you're going to get the green card is a different issue. But if you get an I-140 approval, you can stay in this country perpetually on H-1B. You can have your spouse work on H-4EAD. So definitely that's the one 90% of the people will neglect. Whether you come on F-1, whether you come on H-1B, I don't care. You need to file the PERM labor certification immediately. And if you neglect it, that is going to create a problem. We can see a question coming from Jagan. Hey, I applied my PERM application in November 2022. I'm ending in March 2024. If the PERM or I-140 doesn't approve, what happens? This is the most common thing that I get it though.
Right, I'm sure.
Yeah, there are many options for Jagan. Like, for example, he has to leave the country. I don't know if the company is going to cooperate, continue with him. If the I-140 is been approved, maybe V2. There are other options that we can discuss though. But definitely that's a lesson to be learned is file the PERM and I-140 immediately. That's the advice that I give people.
Got it, sir. Rahul Garu, anything you'd like to add to this before we talk about
I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for that. Now, Rahul Garu, I know we've been discussing like a very hot button topic for the last couple of weeks, and it's affecting so many of our people over here, which is the multiple filing. And I know that even on our live chat, we have one other person called TR. He says, I received an NOIR due to multiple registrations for the H-1B cap in 2023, but the revocation is not final. Spouse and child are traveling to USA next week. Will they face any immigration issues in Abu Dhabi? So I know you may be getting a lot of questions like this, but sir, something like this, how do you address it?
First of all, this is the most common consultations that we are receiving in our office in the past 3 weeks, though. We've been receiving consultations about this a little bit more previously, too. But in the past 3 weeks, it's been more. Nitya Garu, what I want to mention is that the USCIS has identified 90,000 plus people have filed 408,000 duplicate applications in their lottery. Out of the 700,000, 400,000 came from this 96,000. And that is becoming a big problem for, every year, the amount of duplicate filings have gone triple the size. And if they don't take any action, how many multiple filings will be next year? It will be 1.2 million.
I know.
That's exactly it. So now they are going very hard against the employers. They're going very hard against the employees, which didn't used to happen before. It was only they were only targeting the employers, but now they're targeting the employees also. Now, I just want to reiterate, Nitegar, what happened is that until 2020, the way we used to file an application is to prepare an entire application, pay the entire fees, and send it to the USCIS.
Right.
We opposed it, saying it's a very strenuous thing because we have to file the entire application, and then we don't know whether it's going to select or not, and the lawyers will get their fees, but still, my case doesn't get selected in the lottery. So definitely, we moved into a system called online system. They did a little bit mistake there, I think so, is that for the online system, they should have taken the entire filing fees, though. That could have been much better. Instead, they did only $10. Now, our guys don't care about those $10, so people started filing multiple applications from different companies. So the USCIS started revoking a little bit last from about 2022 onwards, we started receiving these revocations, though.
Right.
We always at TVAsia advised that never to file the duplicate application.
Right.
If you want to file it, consult a lawyer. Eventually, 99% of the time, the lawyer will tell you not to file. But anyway, good lawyers will tell. Yes, that's very important. I'll address that, why you laughed about it.
I know.
Yeah. So what will happen to this particular person is that, first of all, his wife and child should not travel right now.
Oh, they should not travel, okay.
Yes, and he cannot change the status to F1 or B2. Why? Because what the USC is telling is that your H-1B is fraud. Since your H-1B is fraud, you're not maintaining the legal status. And so he needs to plan to, not only that he should stop his wife and children if they're coming on H-4 on his dependent, he should plan to leave the country.
Okay.
And then if he wants to come, he has to apply in the H-1B lottery again. And hopefully, so this time he doesn't go with the companies where they don't have job opportunity.
Got it.
Now, here is where some of the way you laughed at it, the good lawyers. It's very important to learn who is a good lawyer.
Right.
It's how you choose the lawyer sometimes. If you are bad, sometimes you may end up choosing a bad lawyer.
Correct.
They are shopping the lawyer which can speak their words.
True.
Just like, let's say I go to a doctor, one doctor says, okay, this cancer has to be treated with chemotherapy and all those things. And then you keep on going, and then there will be a doctor that says, now I will do abracadabra, the whole thing will be gone. So yeah, if you choose that lawyer, abracadabra lawyer, then I have to, doctor, then, it's your choice. I mean, yeah. So abracadabra doesn't go, you need to understand that there's a painful way of getting the cancer. So everybody wants a solution, because what they get into the corner is that they don't have any H-1B option, because if this is the last option that they have, and they can't, then after that they have to move on to the F-1 visa or continue on the F-1 visa and then lose that option. They ask me a question, what options do you have? I can't tell them to give an illegal option. I can't destroy this person's entire life for it. But then these lawyers started putting the provisions where, no, you can file multiple applications. It's not legal. It's completely legal. Now, there are, under certain circumstances, it may be legal. For example, if Apple files an H-1B and your company called Coca-Cola files a H-1B, they have a real job there at that particular location. I don't have a problem with it. But it is not this Apple, it is not this Coca-Cola company that is filing it. It is this company called ABC Consulting Company, Inc. that is filing it. Not only this ABC company is filing it, I will tell you one of the consultations that I got, Nitya Garu. One company have divided ABC company, formed 5 companies, ABC1, ABC2, ABC3, ABC4, ABC5. They filed 700 applications with ABC1, with ABC2. They filed the same 700 applications, and they repeated into AB 3, 4, and 5. 5 times, that means 3,500 applications. And all of these companies are at PO box. You know what PO box is? There is something called Regus. You pay $100, you get a PO box. There is not even an office there. There are not even a clients there for them. These people are not even working for these people. Everything that wrong that can happen, fraud that can happen has been done by this particular company. Now, these people are getting ruined up, the people who filed it, because USCIS is going to put a black mark on these people. For this particular guy, he need to look into not just going outside the country. He needs to save his skin. To save his skin, he has to sacrifice the employer, because the employer did the wrong thing. He needs to give the information of this employer to the USCIS and walk out of the country. The reason is that what USCIS is telling and what the CBP is telling, Customs Border and Protection, what the Department of State is telling is that you collided. That means you conspired to do fraud against USCIS. Since you conspired to get the immigration benefits, there is a lifetime ban that you can never, ever, ever come into the United States.
Got it.
So this guy may be hit with that thing, with a fraud that he was involved in. So we put out a draft letter on rnlawgroup.com. People can read. I'll try to give the link in the comments though. Is what let's see what I can do. So what they need to do is that give the information to these people, to the USCIS. Hey, I'm giving up this particular company. They did this fraud activity. Go after them. And then it may save you at a later time, saying that, hey, if you have a proof of that thing, we can say, look, when we realized it, we have given the company information to the USCIS. Here is the evidence. So they may not be hit with misrepresentation, though.
Got it. Got it.
I want these people to take proactive rather than doing it afterwards.
Now, sir, one of the common questions I'm getting is that, hey, you know, it's like these guys have announced like a lottery system. Now, just like in the lottery, we are trying to buy multiple lottery tickets so we increase our chances of getting, you know, the winnings. So why does USCIS have such a problem with it is a question that these guys are asking. So what is the exact issue? Yeah.
The issue is whether or not there is a job opportunity there or not. Does this ABC1 company, is there a job there? Do they have a real job there? There is no job there. The ABC2 company, which filed the second lottery, do they have a job there? They don't have a job there. Does the ABC3 company has a job? No, there is no job. So when you are attesting to the fact that there is a job opportunity, because the H-1B is given only when there is a job. When there is no job, there is nothing there. So you are creating a job from the thin air, no end client. The person is not even working with you. This guy doesn't have any job opportunity of in-house projects, which we know they don't. Okay, so when there is no job, how are you filing the H-1B? If you can file without the job, if you can file the H-1B, then what's the purpose of the H-1B? Everybody will file. Everybody will start filing without a job. That's a fraud. A lot of people will say it's not about multiple filings, which is a major issue. It's about whether there is a job there or not.
Got it.
If there is no job, the entire thing is fraud.
Got it. And also, is this such a problem because of the fact that it's wasting a lot of the USCIS resource time, you know, having to go through so many duplicates as well? Does it, you know, hamper?
No, it doesn't waste that much time because it's an electronic lottery system that they have. Okay. But you raised a very good question. I think so they should discard all these 400,000 people, or maybe at least good number 98% of those people, and then give it to the only 300,000 people who really genuinely applied for the H-1B job. But what they're doing, Nitya Garu, is that they are giving H-1B approvals for these people for TR. They give the H-1B approval knowingly that this company has filed a duplicate application.
Got it. And then
because, yeah, then they revoke. Previously, we were thinking we don't know whether the USCIS is tracking the information. They're not tracking the information. They were tracking the information. They published out in their website. Here is all the people that who filed the duplicate applications. They have published those things. So they know this guy is a duplicate file. They did approve the H-1B, then they revoke it. Now that's how the that's how the American government works as compared to is that మన తెలుగులో చెప్తారు వంకాయలు దొంగతనం చేసినప్పుడు అమ్మాయి ఏమనలేదట. అనకపోతే దిస్ guy గజ దొంగ ఎవరినో చంపి and then he is about to go in a hanging.
Yeah.
When he is getting hanged, his mother comes, he pulls his mother's 2 ears down, said, if you had beaten me out at the time when I stole the brinjal, I would have been here. The problem is with these people, if the USCIS would have done it earlier, this one, it would not have been like this big. But because they didn't do it, it has gone out of proportion right now. And so many people are suffering. So many people are going to suffer because all these 96,000 people are going to get hit. And out of those 96,000 people, I would say at least 95,000 people will be suffering.
Right. Now, sir, one other question I have is, in some cases, these guys have filed multiple, like 5 or 6 applications here, but none of the 5 or 6 applications have been approved, or being picked. They haven't had any approval of any sort. Now, for such also, will it hamper any future prospects, although they did not get approved, or is it only for people where it's been approved?
As of now, Nitya Garu, I have not seen any USCIS, CBP or State Department enforce against the people who never filed the H-1B application, but only applied in the lottery only. Okay. Even if you get selected, they didn't file it. But could they do it for the multiple application? Because you still committed fraud by colluding or conspiring with an employer. They could. We don't know at this point of time whether they will. Okay. But right now, the advice for these people is that we can't go back in time capsule. Well, that doesn't exist except in the movie. You can't go in the time capsule and change the thing. So there is nothing you can do right now. But if you even get selected from the lottery, we recommend that you do not file. Even if you file the H-1B from these companies, from this ABC that I'm speaking about, withdraw that H-1B application. That's the best thing that you can do. And not only that, give that information, whom you filed with, okay, what kind of people these people are. And then I have given the link in the comments. They can go to their link. There is a website where you can go to USCIS. And I have written what exactly you need to fill that information. It takes only 5 to 10 minutes. Give it up so that at the later date you can say, look, I have informed to the USCIS this is fraudulent activity. So please save me.
Okay, got it. All right, thank you, sir. And on that note, let's go to our first caller. But people who are trying to call us, the number again is 1-833-882-8872. All right. Okay, let's take our first caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 7075. 7075, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. So my question is, currently I'm working with company A on an H-1B and I got an offer from company B and they already did my H-1B transfer. I also have a green card EAD. So I wanted to check if I can join company B on EAD even when they file my H-1B and continue working with company A on H-1B.
Well, the technical answer, what you're speaking about is that can you work with both the companies right now? The answer is yes, you can. The answer is
okay.
You can.
Okay. Will there be any technical difficulties if I'm working on H-1B with one company and on EAD with other company?
Well, the only technical difficulty I see is that you'll be making $100,000 more.
Okay.
Sir, if that's a difficulty, we can send you our account numbers for sure, please share.
Okay. So there will be no problem with the continuing with H-1B on with company A, right? I mean, I can even go for renewal in the future.
Well, when it comes to the renewal, though, there are some tricky things that you can do. I would recommend to contact a competent lawyer at that point of time. A very simple thing. You just have to go to Mexico and come back. But as such, other than that, you are under no difficulty at all if you want to continue on the H-1B. Okay?
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. And before we take our next caller, there's one quick question, Andy. This is from our live chat user called Mayur. EB one I-140 while on J1. Is it possible or is a waiver necessary for I-140? Consultancy company has a job 6 months prior.
There are two different questions.
Okay.
First of all, does the person need the waiver to apply for the I-140? The answer is no. You
Okay.
do not need any waiver to apply for the I-140. When would you require a waiver is when you file the 485 application, you require a waiver.
Got it.
You cannot file the 485 unless you get the waiver of the 2-year home residency requirement. So that's one thing that is there. Yeah, this gentleman, Mayura, has raised a good question with regards to, does the consulting company have 6 months pre-year? Good question. I mean, good question. Yes, in some cases, no, in most of the cases. For example, I know Tata Consultancy Company or this Cognizant company or Infosys company, they have a number of people. They will go to, like Infosys has 5,000 people deployed in Walmart. They're working either here, they're working there in India. So now, if they are filing an H-1B for the persons who are working in India saying that Walmart is the end client, does the consultancy company has a job 6 months in advance? They do. They're already working there for the same project. So yes, Deloitte has it, all these big consulting companies, they do have it.
Okay.
But of course, what he's speaking about is this mom and pop operations.
Mom and pop
They don't
shops,
have
okay.
any contracts with Walmart or anything like that. They don't have anything in advance. And this person is not working for the company at this point of time. If the person is working at this point of time, he's definitely in a good position. He's definitely in a good position. But if the person is not working and this mom and pop corporation is filing an H-1B, I mean, these are the people that are doing most of the fraudulent activity. The USCIS notes all these things. They keep a track of all things. It's not that they don't know, they don't understand what is going on outside the world, but they'll get to you at the time when they choose to get to you.
Got it. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with number ending in 4795. 4795. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Hi, Nitya Garu and Rahul Garu. Are you able to hear me?
Hi, ma'am. Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you for taking up my call and happy Mother's Day to everyone. So my question is, we are on H1 and H4 working, and then we have GCEAD too. For obvious reasons, we don't want to use our GCEAD.
Good for me. I can build this.
On H-
I can do the down payment for this mahal. Yeah, keep going.
H1 and H4. So now the question is that my son is in high school. For his internship or for him to work, so we didn't apply H4 EAD for him. Can he be on GC EAD? Can we use his assistant? In that case, is it considered like we married to GC?
GC,
or else
yeah.
is there any other for high schoolers?
First of all, there is no H4 EAD for children, period. That's a law.
Oh.
Yeah, it's only for spouse, not for children. The second question that you asked is that, can your son use EAD and can you guys be on H-1B? The answer is absolutely, you can do so. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so we won't be in any trouble. We have quite obvious reasons like not going for GC EAD. We have so many reasons, and advocates also advised us. So, so you are saying that he doesn't have, usually the kids don't have this H4 EAD. Then how come they work, sir? How come work permit comes? Only from GC EAD, or the EADs like green card holders and citizens can work? Is it something like that, or is there provision for H1 holders too for their kids to work?
No, there is no provision right now. The GC holders and citizens, they don't come under my jurisdiction. They can work, they can do what they want to. You know that is right. I don't have to tell you.
Oh.
So most of the children who are at the working age probably are born here, is right? So yes, they can work. They don't come under our jurisdiction. So then comes the H4s. No, they can't work. That is technically they can't do it. Okay.
Oh,
They need to
okay.
move on to the.
So if
they have to move on.
QT is,
They have to move on to the. They have to move on to the F-1 visa to start working.
oh, okay. So if we use GCAD for my son, we won't be in trouble.
No,
Like
you
we
guys.
don't like not in trouble means we don't want to use the GCAD. That's the reason. So will we be considered because he's the derivative? Will we be considered like will we come under GCAD as you say that marrying to GC?
Right. He will be married to the GCEAD, but you will not be married to the GCEAD. If by any chance any trouble happens, we can always get him a H-4 visa by having him travel to Mexico and coming back, or probably if the stamping is not there, he can get the stamping in India or Mexico and come back. So we can always divorce him from the GCEAD if needed at a later date. Okay.
Okay, and also one more just extension, sir. If he is on GCAD and when we apply for, we can parallelly apply for H4 extension too for him.
That's a very tough question, though, because even though you apply for the H4, they don't look into the question there. Technically, he's not going to be on H4. He will be on GCAD. We'll go to the next person, Andy.
Oh, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, let's take our next caller.
Thank you.
Rahul Garu, here's another question from someone who's probably doing things he's not supposed to do. This is from Shiva Bhaskar. He says, I'm an F1 student here in the USA. Completed one semester in ABC University and after that transferred to another university. I'm getting emails from ABC University about my tuition fee debt. If I don't pay this fee, is there any problem in immigration once when I go to India and come back to USA?
If the tuition that you have studied and you did not pay though, they normally don't release the civis records though. So if you study in the first semester with the University A and you're moving to University B though, you may not be able to even transfer your civis system to, even though you got admission from University B, you may not be able to transfer the civis system. If you don't transfer to the civis system, then you will be out of status. You can't even come back from India though. So you might want to pay the money and get it over with. The second thing is that it will be considered as theft of services though. So that's, I mean, they may not want to do that, but typically they can even go to that extent saying that it's theft of services too. So definitely I would recommend if you owe them a due, pay them out. That will be in best interest. Guys, hey, look at the first caller. The guy is working for 2 companies. What's his problem? His problem is going to make $100,000 extra. That's a problem, guys. Once you get into the workforce, you will make your money. Spend some money in education. You'll be fine once you, and the job market is still much better for software guys. So yeah, I would recommend paying it off.
Have this thing about like, paying up what you need to, don't skimp on things because it'll always come back to bite you in some way or the other,
Yeah, look at the first caller. But his problem is he's going to make $100,000 more.
Karma.
Yeah.
All right, on to our next caller. Caller with number ending in 1811. 1811, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hi Rahul. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for helping the community. I have one question actually. So right now I have GCEAD. Based on the current situation, if based on the market, if I lose my job and if I am on bench for 3 months, so will there be any problem with the GC? And I'm working for Indian.
Yeah. If you're not on the payroll, definitely there are some alternative things that you can look into. USCIS, what they are looking is a job offer technically, not the job by itself though. So you can get a job from somebody, but you may want to relax a little bit. You've been working for 10 years. You have to take off 3 months to just retool yourself. You can say that, but there are some risks associated with it. There's also something called your wife can employ you. That's something that you can consider too. There's also something called self-employment. These 3 things what I'm speaking have some risk elements. I would definitely recommend that you contact a lawyer before you take into it. There are some risk elements in it, but I would rather take a risk rather than give up my green card and walk out.
Okay.
Okay.
One more thing is like for the self-employment thing, should I need to show any payroll or what should I need to show?
That's a very lengthy discussion. You should consult a lawyer. Once you lose the job, you don't get any job from other things. I would recommend. Yeah, if you just have the self-employment and you did not have the payroll, they may look into very seriously. But then if you want to run the payroll, you know how it's going to cost though. So you may want to, there are some pluses and minuses. So what are the probabilities that the risk is there? What are the probabilities of RFP? What are the probabilities they are going to ask the questions? Then you can take an educated choice whether there should be a payroll or you just start working for your own self and then not run the payroll. You can take an educated guess. We'll go to the next caller.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right. Next caller, please. Let's take our next caller. Okay. Caller with number ending in 3494. 3494. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go ahead, sir, please. We can hear you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Go ahead, sir, with your question.
Hi, ma'am. This is Manohar. Yeah. I got H-1B, I-140 approved in 2007 and left for India. Now I came H-1B. And my daughter is 21. She was born in California. And she's studying the early engineering. And she will be coming here to USA again. But she stayed here up to 5 years, first 5 years. And can she sponsor me green card from India?
Absolutely, she can. She can.
Okay, sir. But how to prove that she can financially self-sustain or something? So is there any?
There are two ways.
Criteria?
Two ways we can do it. Which I want to do two ways because I want to make it easy for the immigration officer to approve my case. The one way is that you can always supplement the income of the petitioner with the beneficiary. You have income, you're an H-1B, you make $100,000, I know that. So we can count your income as one of the things too. The second thing would be that, you can always have an additional sponsor. You can have any of your cousins who are green card holders, give an affidavit of I-64, and then that can be used too. I normally do it too. The reason is that I want to make it easy for the officer to approve. Yeah, she can apply, not a problem. Okay?
Okay, sir. So she don't need to give any great documents for financial support or something?
No, her income is zero, that's fine.
Okay, so how many days can I get EAD, sir, if I file?
Once you file it, it will take approximately around 4 months to 8 months for you to get an EAD. We'll go to the next caller, Nitya Garu.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy.
Thank
Let's
you.
take the next caller. All right. Caller with number ending in 9431. 9431. We're ready for you now. Hello? Hello?
Yes, Raja here.
Hi, sir.
Hi, how are you?
Good, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, thank you, Rahul and Nitya Garu. Thank you, your help. I have a question.
Of course you do.
I have EB2 and EB3 both. My daughter is going to turn coming June in the 22. But we never applied EB3 category, my daughter. Only I applied for EB2. So what is now my situation?
When you say you never applied for your daughter, that means you never applied for yourself too, right? In EB3.
No. EB3, I applied for me, my wife, my son, 3 of them. But EB3, I not applied my daughter at that time. That university attorney said, don't apply. That is the reason in miss. That's okay. That is the wrong thing we did. Whole family applied EB2, but EB3 applied without my daughter.
Okay. So you filed 2 485s for yourself.
Correct. Yeah, separate, not interfile. Refile both.
So under the current class section, she is good in EB2, is that right? But not,
Correct.
she's,
EB2.
right. EB2, she's covered with the new interpretation of the CSPA.
Correct.
I would withdraw the EB3 for you.
Better to withdraw. Oh, reason you are saying some reason EB3 become current, then we will get, C won't get, that is the reason. To act.
That's right.
That is the reason.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That is right. Absolutely. That's the reason why I would prefer to withdraw it.
Rahul, in that case, nowadays when you see EB3 becoming current, EB2 is almost 1.5 year, 2 years gap. Suppose
I got
in
the
the coming
point.
future,
I understand what you're trying to do. I understand what you're trying to do. But here is the question. You have to pick a choice. Okay. Is a couple of years important, or your daughter getting a green card for you is more important? You have to make a choice. I'm leaning more towards including the daughter, but I understand when she has to swim on her own. You can discuss the options with the lawyer though. But at this point of time, with this 1 minute of my thing, I'm thinking that I want to get the daughter along with me, the green card. I mean, that's how I'm thinking. Okay? That's the reason I said that.
Rahul Gar, 1 minute. Yeah, Rahul Gar, one thing. Better to withdraw next month, June itself, or will wait some more time then withdraw? Better to withdraw immediately.
Why? Why wait time? Why wait time?
Oh, okay.
Because you don't know when it becomes current, when you are going to get the green card. Why withdraw? Because withdrawing. I mean, you can always move back to EB3 from the EB2 by filing if you want to at a later date. If you want to.
Okay. Oh, got it. Yeah. One more thing, please. When we are planning to travel India, so better. I'm thinking to show EB2 only, right? I have to show EB2 only, right?
You are smart now. You're becoming smart now. That's good. I will do that.
Okay. Yeah. 1 minute. Sorry, Rahul. One important thing. I really benefited you. So I want to tell you, very thankful for you. I want to tell you one example. Is it okay for you or not?
Go ahead.
Yeah. All viewers, I'm saying very thankful to Rahul and Nitya Garu. My family benefited because of your show. I will tell you. 2020, you told me first day when I log in your show, you told me, future, your I-140 is applied, some reason is denied. Then, coming future, you can apply like that, you told me. In that case, I got my EAD card. I used to have one I-140 approved, but my old I-140, one reason is denied. Simple. I am the BSc Computer Science MCA. USA saying this is not master degree kind of thing, but some reason second time they approved.
Nice.
After watching your show only, I got benefited.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Nice to hear,
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
All the very best. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. All right, let's take our next caller, Andy. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Mogambo Kushua.
All right, let's see. We have, caller with number ending in 9888. 9888, we're ready for you now. Hello? Caller with number ending in 9888. Hello, sir.
Hello, hi, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, hi, good evening to both of you, or whatever time zone you are in. So I had a question. The question is regarding this multiple H-1B registration thing that is going on. And I want to discuss a case, which is like in my case, for example, I filed 2 H-1B, both got picked up. And the reason is both are like genuine employers. So one is my current employer, for which I'm working for. And the other employer is my previous employer.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry?
Yeah, previous employer, go ahead.
Yeah. So the previous employer, there was another employer that was my previous employer with whom I was working earlier before this company. And both are like genuine employers, like they have their own products and product-based companies and was directly employed. So in this kind of a case, like what should be my steps, like because I'm filing through my current employer.
Yes.
And should I be careful in some regard?
Well, there is nothing, as I said to you, that we cannot go in the time capsule and change the things right now. Filing with your current company, which has filed where you're already working, absolutely, go ahead, do that thing. How the USCIS is going to look into the previous company is a question of interpretation, because of course you're not going with the previous company. You're going with the current company. Why did you file with the previous company? Is it only to circumvent the lottery system? You see my point?
Yes, I understand. But this is like my previous employer wanted me back.
I got
and
it. Yeah.
Basically, it was like, yeah.
Yeah, I want you to do as much as documentation from the previous employer that the job existed at the time of filing a lottery. Keep it all those things with you. Right now, if there is a notice of intent to revoke or anything like that, at that point of time, we can present all those things. But for now, just try to collect that the job with the previous company is a genuine opportunity. They kind of respond to the RFPs. Do you have the project? Do you have all these things? They do respond to those kind of RFPs. If you can have those kind of things with you, it'll become easier to defend at a later date. Why? You need to collect the information right now. We don't know whether the previous company is going to cooperate with us or not at a later date. At that point of time, we may not have enough documentation. So I want you to collect the documentation. If and when there is a trouble at a later date, we are going to work at that point of time, not right now. But collect the information, keep it ready, okay? We'll go to the next call, Randy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right. Let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 5541. 5541, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Yeah, hi, Rahul Garu. Hi, Nitya Garu. So,
hello, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So currently my visa is expiring in July 22nd this year, and I-194 is also expiring in July 22nd. I also have a visa stamped on my passport when I traveled back from India to USA on the date as July 22nd validity. And my max out is in September 8th of this year. And last year I filed for PERM in September 8th. And last year I filed PERM as September 15th, sorry. So I got to know like I go to Mexico or Canada to recapture those 10 days and travel back for applying 1 year.
You're listening to TVAsia, that's good. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, so I can recapture those days when I go to Mexico or Canada, right? So I got to know like I can go to Canada also, but I need to have a Canada visa. So that is one thing. I have Canada work permit. I don't have a deputation letter. Can I travel?
That is up to the Canadian people. I don't control Canada though. Since you have a visa until July though, I know you can travel to Mexico, but I don't know how the Canada system works.
Okay, no problem. I can travel to Mexico. That's not a problem. But the only thing is like I'm very new and that's the reason. But that's okay. I'll travel to Mexico. The other question I have is like, I'm in a currently a couple of weeks near to my paternity leave. So my wife is 38 weeks pregnant. So I need to be very careful with each day I spend out of the US away from my family. That's the reason I'm asking this question.
It's good. Yeah, it's going to be a tough question right now. I would recommend that you contact a lawyer because it's not, you seems to already know all the things. You just are hard in making the decisions. You know about Mexico, you know about Canada, you've been listening to TVAsia. You probably are much better than most of the lawyers that I see outside who give wrong advices. So you just need to take a tough choice. What do you need to do? Okay.
Yeah. One question on that one I had, like how many hours it will calculate that if I'm suppose morning 6 o'clock, if I go out of US, will that calculate that day or?
I don't know. I don't know. Why take a risk is the question though. I understand you're telling about your wife, but at this point of time, it's very hard to debate. I would not like to take the risk of whether they calculate 6 o'clock in the morning to 6 o'clock in the morning. You are here at 5 o'clock in the morning. So the day will be counted as a H-1B. That's the way I take it. You got it? So don't risk, do some extra 2-3 days. Leave some room for the USCIS You have to make your case easy for the officer to approve. If you make them think, okay, is it 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, you know what they're going to do. It's your RFP or denied and then discuss it later. Make it easy for them. Oops, done, extra 3 days, he has it, let me approve it. Okay, make it easy for them. Make it easy for us too. I am not good in mathematics, please. That's the reason I become a lawyer.
Got it.
Okay.
I'll go to Mexico. That's
yeah. Thank you.
One last.
Thank you.
I'll go to Mexico. I'll go to Mexico, but while coming, I mean, like they will stamp on my passport, right? At the port of entry from Mexico to USA.
Yeah,
because I don't have Mexico visa.
Yeah, you have to fly though. Okay, don't drive. Fly. Yeah, they will stamp it, and you will keep evidence that the flight tickets, the boarding pass, keep them with you. Okay, don't just throw them out. Keep it just in case if somebody asks, hey, have you been to Mexico? I want to look at it. Here is a travel ticket. Here is the boarding pass. Here is where I went to. Here is a hotel booking. Okay. And you build something in the hotel. Okay. Have a margarita. Okay. Order coming to the room. Okay. So they'll be easier to track it. Next person, please.
Got it.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry, for one question.
Let's take our next
No,
caller.
we'll do the next person. Yeah.
Let's take our next caller, guys. Come on. Let's take our next caller, folks. Okay, caller with number ending in 6601. 6601, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello, yes. Yeah.
Hello, sir? Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Is it my number next?
Yes, it's your number now, sir. Please go ahead. And can you mute the TV volume, sir, please, if you don't mind?
Yes, please. Yeah, I did that.
Go ahead, sir. Thank you. Yeah, please go ahead with your question, sir.
Yeah, my name is Dirish Kumar. Name change. I have a U visa. What is a U visa eligibility? 10 years before I have affected with the gun, gun and took the money.
My knowledge on U visa is very limited, sir. I have to admit that. Okay, I want you to contact somebody else. You can Google one. Her name is Sunita Kapoor, S-U-N-I-T-A, not T-H-A. You can contact her. I consider her to be very good in visa. We'll go to the next caller, Randy.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for calling, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. Let's take our next caller. Okay. Caller with number ending in 1632. 1632. We're ready for you now. Hello? Caller with number ending in 1632. We're ready for you. Hello? All right. Let's try a different caller, please. We'll come back to this one. All right. Caller with number ending in 4361. 4361. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Yeah, hi Rahul and Nitya. So I have a couple of questions pretty quick. So last year I had applied for my H1 through company A. And at the same point of time, I had also applied for my H4 EAD. So my H4 EAD got approved and started my work with company B. Meanwhile, my H1 petition is in RFE stage and the company A has responded to it. So the context is, in case the H1 petition gets approved and it is a change of status petition. So the couple of questions I have is, can I continue with my job with employer B on H4 EAD, assuming that the H1 petition goes through? And the second question is,
no. The answer is no. No. Once the H1 is approved with a change of status, you are supposed to only work for that particular company that has the H1B. But if you want to switch, though, there is something called, Nityagar has invented the word called margarita switch. I give the idea, but she invented that name. You can do the margarita switch. You probably already know our margarita switch. You can go to Mexico and then come back and switch to H4.
Okay. And the second question is, in case the H1 that gets approved, so am I legally bound to join company A, or is there a possibility that I can transfer the H1 to this company B?
You can transfer the company to the company B, but the easiest solution for you would be margarita switch. Because look, once you get the H1B with the I-94, you're technically counted toward the H1B numbers, right? You are. So then if you just go to Mexico and come back, You are on H-4EAD. On H-4EAD, can you do what? You can do anything. You can flip a burger. You can be a Microsoft CEO. You can do all the things in between too. You can do 10 jobs. So instead of transferring the H-1B to some other company, I will do the Margarita switch. That will be easier for you. But yes,
Okay.
you can transfer the
Just
H-1B
because
to
I
some
wanted
other
to
company.
explore the option of probably like getting myself on H1 and my wife on H4. So that is the reason I wanted to check if I could transfer it.
You can do that. You can transfer it too. You can.
Okay.
But one thing though, I will tell you though, it would be always better to work a couple of months with this company. The reason is that the USCIS has some data things that what they look into. If the people are transferring from that particular company without working ever from that particular company, they may consider that company as a fraudulent company though. The entire H-1B may be fraudulent because they don't have a job opportunity though. So I want you to take that into serious consideration before you transfer to some other company. Okay? Thank you. We'll go to the next caller.
I got that. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 2550. 2550. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Without work.
Hello?
Sir,
hello.
can you please mute your TV if you don't mind?
Yeah. I'm muted.
Yes, awesome, sir. We can hear you. Please go ahead with your question.
Actually, I'm on L1A and I got my I-140 approved, but the current date went back to February 2022. And my employer has some financial issues now, so he's telling me to come back to the company where I came from Germany, or maybe he's willing to maybe only pay for 50% of my salary. So when the date becomes current, what will the best option? Do I need to go to consular processing or stay here and work for only 50% salary?
I'm taking the option of working for 50%, though, if I were you. Could there be an issue at a later date for your green card because the salary has been cut down? There is a chance for it. There is a chance for it. I'm going to still take the risk and stay here. Look, if they may or may not do the consular processing for you, that's a very tough job. The other thing is that once you work for 6 months after filing the 485, yahoo, you're independent. You can start searching for other job and move to another job. Getting an EB1C approval is a very great thing. I mean, look at the people. People have to wait for decades or even some lifetimes. I don't know how to explain that to get to the priority date to be current. So you are blessed with this I-140 given to you. So I am leaning towards staying here.
But what is the problems with the consular processing now? If I go there and do the consular processing, what are the risks that you can tell me, at least on high level?
Yeah, good question. Consular processing has to be done by the company. They have to file something called I-824 application because this case was been filed in a change of status in United States. Just for that I-824 to get approval will take about 2 to 3 years. And then afterwards, the entire process will be 2 years. So the entire process may be anywhere between 3.5 to about 6 years for you to get the green card. And I don't know whether you're going to have a job with this particular company for that long period of time. Because if not, when you go for the interview, you don't have a job there, guess what? Everything is wasted. But if you stay here, when the priority date becomes current, you file the 485, within 6 months, you get rid of the company. I am advising you. I'm your lawyer. I'm not your company's lawyer. Okay? I'm not your lawyer either, but I'm just advising you.
Yeah, because I see the visa slots and identifier, even it's possible, right? If my employer wishes to give me the processing of the adjustment of status while I'm here, so I can do both, right? It's not like even if I submit I-824 or something, then it's not due the restriction that I need to be filed from consular, right? Yeah.
You are absolutely right. That's the reason you are a multinational executive manager. That's the reason you got the EB1C approved. You are absolutely right. By filing an I-824, you're not giving up the adjustment of status. You can do it right now. You're going to save the time. So go and file the I-824. It won't harm you under any circumstances. Thank you. We'll go to the next call.
Okay. But
all right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
bye-bye.
you so much. All right, bye. Let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in... Hello? 4503. Hello, sir.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Hey, hi.
Hello.
Hi, Rahul.
Ma'am, can you just wait for one second? We'll take you up next. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to put you on mute. All right, sir, go ahead, please.
Hi, Rahul. Yeah, sure. So currently, my cousin is on H-1B, and earlier, they're working on a client to an employer, and lost the job last month. So, but still the employer is paying him, and his payroll is still active until he find a new job. So, do you fall under 60-day grace period or not?
No.
If
no,
that's still the pay.
No.
So, what if USCS comes for a site? So, what if USCS comes for a site?
I've seen them. If they come for a site visit, they may say, hey, he doesn't have a job. It's a little bit confusion. What I tell people is that if they come for the site visit, tell them I'm not going to cooperate with you. That's better when they are in the bench period, because they don't understand. Bench period is completely legal. As long as the company is paying the money, they're absolutely legal though. And these people will report all kind of bad things, so don't cooperate with them. Tell them my way or highway. You don't have to cooperate with them. You can tell them, according to the USCIS website, it's voluntary for us to either cooperate with you or not. And if I refuse to, you don't have anything else. You're wasting my time. It's a voluntary thing. You can tell that thing. If there is an FTNS thing, okay?
Okay, it's better not to cooperate and contact law. That's it, right?
That's right. You just tell them, I don't want to cooperate, go do what you want. Okay?
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Ma'am, with the number ending in 1403, we're ready for you now. Please press the star 600 to unmute your line.
Nitya Garu, with regards... Yes, sir. Go ahead, ma'am. Just before you go ahead, I just want to come... one second,
ma'am. Just one second, ma'am. Sorry. We'll get you up next.
Yes, FDNS, this fraud detection unit, when they come in, it's not mandatory that we have to give the information what they're asking. We can just say, no, we don't want it. I normally, especially when there is a bench period though, they will always give a bad report and they will get revoked that H-1B. So I always tell people, when you are in doubt though, when you're in doubt of anything, just tell them that I refuse to go ahead with this investigation. Your website tells us that it's voluntary, so I don't want to go ahead. So I recommend that these people tell when there is any doubt in their H-1B. I'm very sorry to keep you holding, ma'am. Go ahead.
No worries. Thanks a lot, Rahul Reddy and Nitya Garu. I have a small question, but it's not that important. But I just wanted to say thanks a lot, Rahul Reddy Garu. From past 2 years, I've seen all your videos, and finally I got my GC. So I just wanted to thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, sir. And one question, after we get like GC, we need to update SSN or not?
You can update whenever you have time.
We should update or not?
You can update whenever you get the time. You can go to the Social Security office to update it. I have not done it even now. I've not done it yet.
Okay. Apart from that, I just wanted to thank you. So that's the reason I called you today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Wish you best of luck in your
ma'am. Enjoy your green card.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Andy. Thank you. All right, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 1632. 1632, we're ready for you now. Hello? Caller with number ending in 1632. Hello? Please press star 600 to unmute your line.
Hello?
Hello, sir? Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. Hello, Rahul. Hello, Nita. Thank you for helping us. Hello?
Hello.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Are you able to... So my question is, in my current employer, my H-1B and my wife H-4 and my wife H-4 EAD is approved until April 2025. Okay. So I recently, I like in a new company transfer my H-1B. So that time my wife was not present. So they only transfer my H-1B. So I got the approval like April 2026, means 1 year more. So do I need to apply H4 and H4 EAD now for my wife, or I can wait until 2025, 6 months before 2025?
You can file right now, but I will not do the filing 6 months before. I will do it 1 year before. Why? Because if you do 6 months before, if the H4 doesn't get approved within 6 months, she has to stop working, right? So I will do 1 year before. So somewhere in 2024, I will do it.
So in 2024, I will apply both H4 and H4 EAD for her, correct?
That's right. That's right.
And if my current employer is like cancel, like after 2 weeks when I resign, they will cancel my H1B like in current employer, but she will be still in a status for like.
When you say current employer means, you mean to say the one that applied until 2025, but you'll be working with this second company. Let's say previous company name is A, and the company that you got in 2026 is company B. If the previous company A withdraws the H-1B, no problem for your wife on H-4. No problem for her to continue on the EAD until 2025, as long as you're working with company B.
Okay. So 1 year before, I will apply the H4 and H4 EAD before 2025. Thank you.
Absolutely, that's right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right, folks. I know we're trying to get as many callers in as possible and as many questions in, but unfortunately, as always, we keep running out of time. So for today, that's it for us. Rahul Garu, thank you so much, Andy, for being on the show and for candidly answering so many questions and for constantly reminding our viewers and our listeners to also, sort of be on the guard look out for people who are not having the best interests in their minds and hearts, and to proceed the legal way and the right way in everything. So thank you for doing that, sir.
Thank you very much, Nitya.
And to all our viewers, come back with your questions, same time, same place next week. Yeah, the time has changed to 8 p.m. EST. So we'll see you again at this place. Call us. It's much easier to get through. And we'll try our best to answer as many questions as possible. And for now, goodbye, good night, and see you next week. Thank you.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా?
ये केरला स्टोरी की इन दिनों काफी चर्चा है.
मैं अकेली नहीं हूँ इस खेल में. मेरे जैसे हजारों लड़कियां हैं जो अपने घर से भागकर इस रेगिस्तान में दफन हो चुकी है.
మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
Download AHA now.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారు.